This is a Univox Uc2. It's one of the top of the line Matsumoku made instruments inspired by the Japanese love of US instrumental music and the Fender Jags and Jazzes associated with this. Univox was an American company that largely acted as a distributor in the US, even acting for Marshall and Korg, but the name was phased out when the company was bought by Korg in 1985. They're best known for importing high-quality Japanese-made equipment made by companies like Shin-Ei FX and Matsumoku guitars. It is a product of their in-house designer Hayashi Nobuaki and is an elegant step beyond the Fender offsets. Produced from about 1964 to 67, these were also branded Princeton with similar nailed on plastic logo. These instruments are still easy to find in the US, hovering between $600 and $1,000, but with prices going up steadily as interest in quirkier pre-copied Japanese guitars is growing. The build quality is top class, pushing close to Fenders from that same era. The headstock is a superb composite of Fender influences, with its top of the range status highlighted by a German carve forming an arrow shape over the rest. Tuners are covered and working really well after about 50 years. And there's a typical Matsumoku thrust rod cover and a decently molded nut. Machine heads from the rear. The body is a shark-like elongation of the Fender offset. It is a 3 or 4 piece basswood with the most beautiful flame maple veneer on the top and even a more spectacular graph-like pattern at the back. I don't know how this looks on camera, but in reality it looks stunning. It's in fact is not a single veneer but a sheet of laminate used on Univox semi-hollows at the time. This construction is hidden by the sunburst on the back and not extending into the contour where the veneer would leave visible lines. The nice, really applied sunburst finish is in nitro. The back of the neck pocket looks pretty unusual. The fingerboard is a high quality bound Indian rosewood, and the guitar's Fender Beyond Fender design is highlighted by the angle end and the offset dots. And these look great, but they're kind of hard to see. The guitar's elongated body and flared headstock makes it look more like Jazzmaster, but it actually has the shorter Jaguar scale length. The electronics are high quality with shielded wire, large pots, but the selector switch is an over elaborate contraption under the pickguard and not as solid as the typical Fender Switchcraft unit, though it works pretty well. The pickups are Mustang inspired with Alnico poles under the cover, but they are not staggered, and the exaggerated radius of the cover affects the balance across strings. They appear to be lacquer potted and are relatively low output, good enough for clean but lacking sustain and a bit dull overall. The control knobs are taller than most US guitars, easy to use, are standard on most Matsumokus at the time. The trim bridge is similar to the Conrad reviewed earlier, also as an Uncle Mac build, and is an excellent, particularly the roller saddles, which still turn like they're on ball bearings despite their age. The only drawback is that the arrangement for attaching the bridge to the trim base makes the action too low, but set up with it on top, it's probably too high for most contemporary players. This guitar actually arrived shimmed at the front of the neck. The scratch plate is a thick 4-ply and sadly not a tortoiseshell pattern fitted to many Japanese guitars of the period. Final touch of elegance is provided by an input jack that is located far back on the body, not on the plate like a Fender. Okay, I'm going to give this puppy a whirl, and first of all I'm going to run it through my Fender Frontman 212R. was a bridge pickup. Now let's check out both pickups. It just sounds so pure. It's actually beautiful. Neck is quite thick, but it's lovely. Next, I'm going to run it through my pedal board into my Fender Super 210 amplifier. First up, I'm going to run it clean through some analog delay, and this is in the bridge position. It sounds incredible. I love the sound of it. Yeah. Okay, this is the middle position. I'm going to try some chorus with that. It's lovely. Vibrato. It's a sound that you just can't get off a Strat or a Telly. Let's try some tremolo. And this is in the bridge. Okay, this is the dual overdrive. Again, this is in the bridge position. Oh, switches out. Damn it. Okay, this is the lead mode. Alright, Drive. Drive on the neck. on the bridge. Yeah, I like it. In fact, I really dig it. Very interesting. Getting carried away here. Anyway, that's the Univox Uc2. It's a beautiful guitar and it sounds fantastic. And if you ever get the chance to try one out, don't be afraid. They might look weird, but they sound amazing.